Hello and welcome, I'm your Code Monkey. In this intermediate section, we're going to go one level up relative to the beginner section and learn some more complex stuff, so let's see an overview of all the lectures. Beginning with something very important that I debated whether I should put in the beginner section, it's going to be Visual Studio Shortcuts. I end up putting it here because for beginners, technically it's more important to learn how to write the code, and it's not as important to be extremely efficient with how fast you use your IDE, but for intermediates this is a must-have. So we're going to learn about a ton of shortcuts to help you write code and navigate your environment much better. Then comes one of the most important lectures in this whole intermediate section. It's all about refactoring. This is the process of rewriting your code to make sure it is as readable and understandable as possible. As an intermediate, you absolutely need to know that this is a natural part of the code writing process and something you should not skip. Next is a lecture on enums. Pretty simple and very useful. It's how you can define a specific list of values that you can use in many ways. After that, we'll learn about properties, which are kind of like a mix between variables and functions. Then we're going to learn about multidimensional arrays, meaning arrays that can hold multiple dimensions of data. After that, we're going to learn about nested loops, which is especially important in order to cycle through multidimensional arrays. Next, we're going to learn another method for doing some looping logic. We're going to learn about recursion. This is something that, for people with a math background, it might actually be simpler to understand than regular loops. Then we're going to learn about an extremely useful data type, the dictionary. This is a key-value pair that has tons of really awesome use cases. After that, we're going to learn about some more collections like queue and stack. Then we're going to learn about the params keyword and what exactly does it do in a function. Next, we'll learn about optional parameters, how to define them and how to call them from a function. Then another crucial lecture for intermediates. This one is on learning the differences between value and reference types. This is extremely important. If you don't know this difference, then you will go crazy at some point in the future, wondering why something isn't changing, and it's usually going to be because you don't know you're working with a copy and not a reference. Related to that is the lecture on structs. These are similar to classes, but importantly, they are a value type. Next, we're going to learn some more intermediate use cases for classes. We're going to learn about inheritance, polymorphism, and a bunch more. Then learn about interfaces. This is one of my favorite features of C#. It allows you to write some really nice modular code. Related to that, we're going to see various ways of testing for types and converting to and from various types. Also related is the lecture on switch pattern matching. This is a really simple way to do a switch, not just on value, but also on type. Then we're going to learn all about delegates, lambdas, and anonymous functions. This is how we can store a function itself inside a field. Next, we're going to learn the differences between lambdas and local functions. After that, we'll learn about events, which is how we can have one class be notified when something happens. Then the next lecture, that one is going to be all about generics. This is another super powerful C# feature that makes your code work with multiple types. Next is a simple lecture on constants and read-only, what they are and what are the differences between those two. After that is a lecture on exceptions and how to handle them with a try-catch. Then a lecture on implementing IEnumerable, so we can add support for something like a for each for some custom types. Next, we're going to learn about namespaces, what they are and how to make your own. Then a really important lecture on one of the most important design patterns, the singleton pattern. And after that is a general overview of a bunch more design patterns. And finally, after doing all of that, we're going to check out the intermediate project that uses all of this to make something really interesting.